Hello, hello, hello. Antphrodite here, your pop culture psychic, back to you again with another reading. This time it's on Balenciaga. So every single person has been spamming, do a Balenciaga reading, do a Balenciaga reading, do a Balenciaga reading. Here it is. So there's a giant conspiracy theory happening with Balenciaga. And we're just going to go ahead and look at it and see what happened with all the controversy, what caused it, were they aware, were they not aware, what's going on. So we're just going to look at Balenciaga and what happened, all right? Kim Kardashian made a statement, but she didn't part ways. People are screaming, yelling. So I want to get to the bottom of Balenciaga and see what I see. So remember, these readings are all alleged for energy shapers only, and let's get started. Okay, so obviously I had to use the iconic Myrtle Snow imagery. If you don't get this image, then you're not cool. And you can't sit with us. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's from American Horror Story. Okay. So Balenciaga. Oh, the Emperor's reversed. Okay. Well, I guess that doesn't really shock me. So Emperor reversed is a loss of control. So I definitely think they've obviously lost control of the brand and, you know, the message. I also think with the Emperor reversed, to me, Emperor reversed is about changing of hands. So I do think whoever's in charge might get ousted or blamed. But it looks like whoever's like in charge, I guess that would be creative director. I don't know. It does look like there might be a changing of hands. Emperor reverse, loss of whoever's in charge. So someone in charge, someone at the top is being replaced or removed. So if that doesn't happen, I would be fucking shocked to shit, because the only way that doesn't happen is some funny business happens. Because the Emperor reversed is like, you've got to go. So unless they have a bargaining chip to keep them in place, I'd be shocked. But whoever's at the top here, there's a changing of hands with someone at the top. Ow. Okay, so we have the Two of Wands, the Seven of Cups, and the Two of Cups. Okay. Well, I do think there are two people. There are two people that are directly responsible for the direction of the campaign. I also think with the Seven of Cups, there was a couple of different ways that they were going to go about the shoot. And okay, so I don't actually know. Did this campaign actually see the light of day? I probably should have looked a little bit more into it, but I didn't. Did this campaign actually see the light of day? Because the Seven of Cups talks about many possibilities. So when I look at the Seven of Cups, especially if I'm doing something on fashion or a brand or like a photo shoot, whatever, I see that as like outtakes or options. So the Seven of Cups makes me think that there were multiple directions they were going to go down, which is quite interesting because I'm like, did they greenlight the wrong one? The Seven of Cups tells me there are multiple directions. So I'm wondering if they accidentally posted the wrong one, or they greenlit the wrong one, or someone, because the Two of Wands is about friction, okay? And that's someone who's pissed. And the Two of Cups is upright too, which is about making a statement. So that's about posting something or doing something that you shouldn't. So I'm wondering if there were multiple directions or multiple versions of the picture, and they decided, or someone decided to accidentally post it or post it on purpose or something. Or if they were like just debating on which way to go. Because the Seven of Cups tells me that this wasn't the only option and there were others. Especially because the Seven of Cups to me is like, was it an outtake? There's something about outtakes. I'm hearing outtakes and options. Outtakes and options are what I keep hearing, which means that there's something else. I'm wondering if there was something else. I don't know if it's worse or better, but there's something else here. It's like multiple versions is what I'm hearing. I'm wondering if they were supposed to be a campaign where they compared. Like, I'm wondering if, because I'm seeing like big and little in my head. So I'm wondering if the campaign's original idea was like a child growing into an adult, and then they were just like a child that looks like the adult, or like similar, if they were gonna have children and adults staying next to each other or something. I don't think it was supposed to be children alone. That's what I feel. I feel like the original direction or the options here were to not have it just be children alone. There's something else there. It reminds me of the Got Milk campaigns back in the day, because I'm seeing the Got Milk campaign with Britney Spears. Britney A. I had a poster of this on my fucking wall where it was like Britney as a kid and then Britney as an adult, and it was like drink milk or whatever. I'm wondering if it was something similar like that. And then everything got messed up. That being said, Two of Wands and Two of Cups makes me think people were fighting over this campaign before it even posted. Someone was pissed. There's some sort of vengeance involved here. So someone inside was mad and took it and did something shady. That's what I'm seeing as well, like internal anger or internal fighting. Okay, Two of Pentacles reversed, King of Cups reversed, Three of Swords. Okay. The King of Cups reversed. I mean, the King of Cups reversed. I mean, how do I word this? The Two of Pentacles, they're mad that this is causing them issues in their business more than anything, which, I mean, that's not really shocking, right? I mean, it's a brand, it's a business. I get it. The Three of Swords is heartbreak, though, which I feel like that's the public. So I think they're just kind of at a point now where they're like worried about how do they get the public to sort of feel them again. So I think what they're worried about is like, this is what you think of when you see them now, and they're trying to figure out how do we make it so people think of something else. I know there's like all that controversy with like Kim not wanting to part ways with them. I would be shocked if they wanted to remain with Kim, just because it seems like they might have to go a different direction. I'm seeing them try to figure out if they can find someone who has, down the line, I'm seeing them wanting people who have like not necessarily a wholesome image, but someone that people can connect to. They want to do things that will connect with the heartstrings. Because in my head, I see like Hallmark, which obviously is not what they're doing, but that's like the sign for me that like they're trying to be a little bit more wholesome. Moving forward, I think they want to kind of like heal that. Obviously, they're still going to be a cutting edge fashion brand, but I'm thinking that right now the discussion is like, how do we catch favor with families or with people who are softer? Okay, let's keep going. Ow. I just don't see this as a giant conspiracy, if I'm being honest. And I'm open to being wrong, but it's just not reading that way to me. The Five of Pentacles is about someone abusing their power. And the Knight of Cups is about immaturity. And the Knight of Swords, to me, that is usually a pure intention. So unfortunately, I'm not seeing this as malicious. I'm seeing this as someone who is just creatively dominates everyone else. There's someone at the top that creatively dominates everyone else, tells everyone else what to do no matter what. Because there are definitely people here that said this is a bad idea, you shouldn't do this. And there's someone that's just like, go, 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 do it. And this person does like to cause controversy. This person at the top that's making these decisions, they do like to cause controversy. They overestimated the amount, or I guess underestimated the amount of controversy, and they overestimated the brand's recognition. I think they thought, oh, the brand recognition will carry it. It's fine to be a little controversial. The girls will talk about us and we'll make good sales. But they overplayed their hand. I think that's what this is. It's just someone here who I think has a lot of smoke up their ass, really. Yeah. The Hierophant, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords. Go through with it anyways. We're doing something anyways. I think there was a hesitation last minute. There was an internal fight, but then it was just like, just do it. And then all hell broke loose. Again, I'm not sure. There's still that rebellious energy of someone posting something you shouldn't have or doing something you shouldn't have. But at the end of the day, there was a decision here to at least shoot these, which I think is what they were arguing about. As far as the lawsuit goes... Well, how do I word this? I think it's a crock of shit. I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful. You know, I don't want to like roast anything, but I just keep hearing crock of shit. The Nine of Swords is about overthinking and overanalyzing. The Death card is about a death and a rebirth. That's what the brand needs to do now. And Magician is everyone talking. They're just trying to steer the conversation to something else. And they're absolutely trying to get people to talk about this because they're like, oh, they're suing this person. It wasn't them. It was this person. They're just trying to get people to talk about it. The Six of Swords, the internet. They want people to change. They want to change the narrative. The Four of Pentacles is reversed with the Six of Cups. So once again, it's like we've put too much time and effort into this. We've put too much money into this, and we're willing to put more money into fighting this. This is just to save face, in my opinion. Allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. I think it's just to save face. I actually don't know if they're even going to win. They don't care. The Four of Pentacles being reversed says we'll spend whatever we want on this because it's good PR. So I actually don't think that they care if they win or lose this. They're willing to spend the money because that's the point. It's a point. I think this is a mistake. The reason I think this is a mistake is because it opens Balenciaga up to be a target for everyone else. So when there's blood in the water, the sharks smell it and they come. And Balenciaga is in survival mode, and the problem with Balenciaga is they're overplaying their hand once again. They are convinced that we are this big fashion house, nothing can happen to us. Sure, you'll always be around, but here's the thing, you have competition, you have competitors, and there's a lot of people in the industry that are fed up with you, and there's a lot of people that are going to be backing away from you, not because they don't like what happened, but because they think that you're getting too big for your britches, and because your brand has been cheapened. So this has cheapened the brand. That's what the Six of Pentacles is reversed for. That means the brand has been cheapened. It also means that you're not what you say you are, and you don't follow through with that. And the Six of Pentacles is about contracts that we recede and we pull back. We don't want to work with you. We don't want to do this with you. People in the industry are going to pull back from Balenciaga for that reason. And I'm talking about competitor fashion brands. I'm talking about other people. People in the industry are laughing at Balenciaga right now. They think Balenciaga is a joke. That's what that is. The Six of Wands, the Hangman, that's like a mean girl energy. So think of it like Regina George. The Six of Wands is like cocky and proud, and the Six of Pentacles is about someone losing something, and the Hangman, I'm not letting this grudge go, fuck you. So what that means is like you're branded as this, and your competitors and everyone else in the space is looking at you as like you cheapen yourself, okay? And now look what happened, and now you're doubling down. It's like Regina just laughing at the fact that you're losing. So I think they're being mocked. That's the word. They're being mocked by other people in the industry. And I'm talking about people that are like well-established, very successful, high-end, top fashion people. That's them mocking them. Like Balenciaga is absolutely in a crisis, and they're not in a crisis in terms of will they disappear? They're not going anywhere. They're in a crisis of being able to be taken serious from a fashion perspective. This is worse than the drama from the photo shoot and all the other stuff that's happening. This is way worse than that, because this, to me, you're only as cool as people think you are, and in the fashion world. And when people don't think you're cool anymore, it's really hard to win your favor. So that's why they're really struggling. It's like, we need someone who can help us with our brand and can be seen with our stuff, who's wholesome, but wholesome isn't cool, and we need to be cool again. So they're trying to find the perfect person. I do think they're going to skew younger. I think they're going to try and go with like people who are really popular with like kids, like influencers, not kids. I mean, like fucking, I don't know. What's that girl? Olivia Rodrigo age. Do you know what I mean? Like TikTok people and stuff. I think they're thinking about that because they're like, they're kind of like, I think that's going to be the only way they can do that, because I think they're realizing that the older, they can't win them over anymore. So they're going to go younger. Anyways, do I think that Balenciaga will turn this around? They need to get rid of the person at the top. They need someone new there. And I am seeing them need feminine energy. Queen of Wands, they need a very, very, very straightforward, fierce, beautiful, strong woman in charge. That's what they need, the Queen of Wands. The Lover's card is reversed in the Ten of Wands, which means somebody that was considered previously but dismissed. That's the person that needs to be here, the Ten of Wands. They're willing to take on the burden, and they're willing to restructure a lot of what's going on in Balenciaga. That's the only way to kind of really change the narrative. I don't know if they'll actually do this. I don't really care. It's not my business. But yeah. That being said, Kim Kardashian is not the Queen of Wands here. This isn't like an influencer. This would be like someone at the top. Anyways, let's keep going. I don't see a conspiracy theory. I really don't. I would tell you guys if I thought that there was something more to that. No, I just think that these people are, when you're in a bubble for a really long time and you get desensitized to certain things because you're just seeing cutting edge stuff, like, people, doing art where they're like having fake blood or whatever. And it's like everyone's upping the ante. That's what I see this as: the Ace of Swords, the Three of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles. I keep upping the ante. And I drank the Kool-Aid. And now I pull back and the public is freaking out. I pull back and I realize we went too far. That's what I'm seeing. Because for them, again, I see them wanting controversy. I don't see them thinking like these people don't think like normal people. They're not around normal people. They're not in a normal lifestyle. They don't know what it's like to be a family. They don't understand this. They are completely 100% out of their element, out of touch. Like, that's what this is. And the Three of Cups here, tells me that they were competing with other people and other brands and stuff. So they were literally just like trying to compete. In fact, the Nine of Pentacles tells me that they were inspired. Nine of Pentacles, other people. Ace of Swords, opportunity. Three of Cups, comparison. I guess every fashion has a reference and an inspiration, but they were inspired by someone, like heavily inspired by someone when it came to this. So this wasn't like an original plan or whatever. It was an inspiration, like literally took inspiration. Now I want to get down to the prop stuff, see if we can see stuff about the props. Devil card is reversed. Okay. So, Page of Wands, say one thing, do another. King of Swords reversed. In over our heads. Someone slipped that in there. Someone slipped a lot of that shit in there, but I'm confused how. I want to get down to how. Knight of Wands, Four of Cups reversed, Page of Pentacles. Huh. They cut corners. So a lot of the photo shoots and a lot of the stuff that people have seen with like the props and shit, I'm definitely seeing them cut corners. Okay. Them trying to save money. Okay. We're on a deadline. We're trying to save money. So things were not double checked the way they were supposed to. That I can tell you. I definitely think that things were not double checked like they were supposed to. Like, I'm telling you, like that is a deadline that needs to be reached, and I don't want to spend the money on extra shit. Also, the Four of Wands and the Knight of Wands tells me that there were changes last minute. There were absolutely changes last minute. Like, that tells me like the shoots that we were going to do, everything changed last minute and we needed props ASAP. We needed changes ASAP. Also, I do think that somebody here was convinced. Okay, how do I explain this to you? I don't know how to say this. I'm not trying to offend anyone, okay? I'm really not trying to offend anyone. But I'm going to explain this in the best way I can. You know how certain people have controversy for horrible things they've done or whatever, but they also have moments in their lives, whatever, where they've done something that is celebratory. What I'm seeing is someone being very good at convincing people that certain people are great because they did this one great thing while completely ignoring all of the terrible that is around them. That's what I'm seeing. It's like, oh, this person's a genius. They did this. They did this. This person's a fucking genius. They did this. They did this, and keep selling the fact that this person's a genius because they did that one good thing. And then you find out that they did a ton of other terrible stuff, but you never knew because you never did any of the research because this person was so convincing and you trusted this person. They were very convincing. There's someone here who's like a really good salesperson. Like, they're really good at like selling the ideas of someone who is literally awful. But everyone was just convinced. Because the Ace of Cups is like, I trust you. The Page of Cups is reversed, and the Seven of Swords, which is a fucking failure. And that's about being detached or having to detach. So to me, it's like, oh, I trust you. Like, I know exactly what you're talking about. Period. They're a genius. Yeah. Also, you don't want to offend someone that you're working with, right? Especially if they're, if they make a lot of money or they have a lot of influence. So to me, this is just someone who literally it's like hyper focusing on the one good thing, but all the fucking terrible that goes on. And I think that's how a lot of this happened. Like, that's what I'm seeing, how a lot of these props and a lot of these things happen. It's like someone was like convincing someone they're a good person. What the fuck? The Chariot is reversed, the Empress is upright, and the Hermit. Now, I can't tell if that person is an idiot or if they were doing it on purpose. I'm more inclined to believe that person, when I'm in their energy, if I'm in this person's energy, it does feel masculine, but that doesn't mean anything because most people are going to feel masculine in the fashion industry because you're dominant. You have to be dominant to make it. But when I'm in their energy, Empress, Chariot reversed, and Hermit reversed, I don't feel empathy, and I don't think they're void of empathy. but I think they've been corrupted by the industry, and they're just, again, this person is so used to people being successful and doing terrible things that they never batted an eyelash. They're desensitized to people doing bad that they don't even care. They're like, whatever, everyone does bullshit. Oh yeah, girl, this person does that person does that. Like, they're so desensitized. That's exactly why this happened, because they're all fucking desensitized to the crazy wild shit. But then when we hear it, we're like, wait, bitch, slow the fuck down. They did what with who? They posted where? With what? But for them, they're so used to it. They're so desensitized to it. That's what this is. Because I don't think that person was malicious. I think that they're dumb. Well, what we would consider dumb, but logically speaking, desensitized. Judgment's up by 8 of Wands, High Priestess. Yeah. To me, this is just about like trusting the wrong people, trusting the wrong energy, listening to the wrong creative directors, issues with the photography and the people in charge, though. It's people in charge. You know, this would be like if someone was there and they were like, oh yeah, like, let's use this. This person's great. They're a genius. They created this painting that was amazing. And then you sold them. And then you realize, if you actually did the research, which you didn't because you didn't have enough time and you trusted them, or you didn't want to spend the money. And then you do the research and you're like, wait, they did what with who? We would have never posted this if you would have known. That's what it's like. And I really think that's what happened. So yeah. Didn't know what else to say. I think that's about it. Judgment, 8 of Wands, High Priestess. Again, they have to redo their entire sort of brand here to get public favor again. I do think it'll happen eventually. Strength, Hermit. Oh, no, that's 5 of Cups. Strength, 5 of Cups, Sun. Whoever is at the top is okay. Whoever is at the top of Balenciaga in terms of creativity, this person does not want to let go. That's the problem. They do not want to let go. They do not want to give it up. They are holding out of my cold, dead hands. That's what I hear. Like, they're holding so tightly to Balenciaga, and like, you're gonna have to rip it out of my bare, cold hands. They are absolutely going to be pushed out if people who are at the top get what they want. Like, they will be pushed out. I'd be shocked if they weren't. This person is going to fight tooth and fucking nail, though. They're stubborn as fuck. They're sticking by. This is the type of person like, I stand by my design. I'm not apologizing. I stand by my design. But they're like, you have to go out there and apologize. And they'll fake apologize. But they're like, I'm standing by my design. Like, I'm standing behind this. This is what I want. And they're like, you got to go, bitch. You've got to go. So there's like this. I think that's where the battle is right now. Are you going or are you staying? Because we need you to go, but you want to stay. But it's like, do we have grounds to get rid of you? That's the conversation that's happening right now. They need to go. I do think they'll go eventually, but they need to go. Period. Bye. You gotta go. Anyways, that's what I see. I don't really see a giant conspiracy. I don't see them like trying to do something. I literally see a bunch of people who are full of themselves, desensitized, and are trying to cut corners and pay the price for it. So remember, if you like that tip, there's a link to my PayPal down below. Button on YouTube is a heart. It says thanks. You get money directly. Follow me Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Antphrodite. I stream live on all of those platforms, and I do readings for people on all those platforms. So you get a reading from these days. Until next time, good luck and Balenciaga!